Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike with Fowler Family Farm. I'm standing in the future garden of Fowler Family Farm. I had Jeff from Oklahomesteader. If you guys don't know who he is, please go check him out. Oklahomesteader on YouTube and Facebook. Go give him a chance, go check him out. He's got a lot of knowledge. So I brought Jeff over here, had him design or come up with really good ideas for our garden space, our tree orchard space. And basically I asked him like, hey, if you had it to do all over again, if you could start from scratch, which that's what this is, nothing's done over here, what would you do differently? How would you improve your space? Give me some good ideas and let's come up with a great plan together. And so that's what he did. He came over, spent several hours with me yesterday. We came up with some really good ideas. He also took the measurements home so he could draw out some plans and different options, things that you can maybe do this versus this, different ideas. So I shot all this video yesterday while he was out here, so I think you guys will really enjoy this video. So Jeff's having to deal with horses. Pancake and the neighbor's horse.
I like looking at horses, but
Yeah.
I don't like dealing with them.
No, me either. And I definitely don't want to feed them. Very expensive.
Yep.
That horse is like, what's going on? Will that feed me in any way?
That's their way.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, like promised, I got Jeff out here helping me with my garden setup. So we're gonna bring you guys over here and kind of show you what we're gonna try to get done somewhat today and maybe down the road as well. But right now, the first thing we're doing is stringing up the actual portion of the property that I'm going to separate for our garden and like a tree orchard, fruit trees and stuff like that. So you can see right here from this line, if y'all can see this yellow line, going all the way up, that's the space I'm gonna have from this yellow line to the left, this direction, to this barbed wire fence. I've measured that off, that's right at 44 feet. That should be plenty of space, plus this whole distance. What do you think? How many feet do you think this is?
Oh, see, maybe 300 or more?
Yeah, I bet it's close to 300 at least.
Yeah, I'd say more.
Yep, it's at least a football field, for sure. And of course, Pancake is here.
That's my new buddy.
Yeah, Pancake likes Jeff.
Hey, Pancake.
I wonder if this yellow string is going to keep him out. He thinks it's an electric
It might.
fence.
Yeah, if he thinks it's electric fence, it might.
Especially down there where it's low to the ground.
Yeah.
He may stay away.
Hey, score.
Okay, so me and Jeff have been working for about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes out here, just trying to scope things out, measure things out. So we just got in from taking a quick water break, and I'll put him on the spot real quick.
Ooh.
I'll put Jeff on the spot and tell him to explain kind of what we've already done. All right, Jeff.
All right, well, Mike wanted a chicken coop, chicken run in here.
Yep.
It may be hard to tell the lay of the land here, but it's high ground. Not a ton of high ground, but it's higher over here.
Right.
And it
Flows
slowly,
down. Yep.
Goes down to this fence. I like the idea. If you're gonna have chickens, put them right out by your garden. Anything that they turn into compost and their manure, that's all gonna leach through the ground and go downhill. This particular spot we kind of measured off, and this is all rough measurements, but these 4 posts are where the chicken run and chicken coop will be.
Yeah, so that's the size of the chicken run and chicken coop together.
It's a 16 by 20.
Yep, and we may change it to a 16 by 16, but we'll see.
Yeah, so cattle panels are 16 feet
Right.
long, so that's kind of what we're basing it off of.
Right.
So anything that is that way from here is going to get a ton of free fertilizer
Right.
and moisture. So,
All year round, pretty much.
yeah. So we decided to put fruit trees over here. And I think the idea is to do 2 rows of fruit trees right here.
Right.
So probably a row of 3 and a row of 4 to stagger them. This bed that he did the video on before.
Yep. This will be right up against the chicken coop.
This will be right up against this fence of the chicken coop and run. We may have to shorten this just a little, take this little section out.
Yeah, we can rearrange this. We can rearrange the bed for sure.
And then we're even thinking like a columnar fruit tree. A columnar or urban fruit tree. They grow, it's super cool, and they're really great for gardens because they grow basically straight up. They get 4 or 5 feet wide and that's it. So it's not a canopy.
Right.
The branches are real short and it stays You know, I mean, it's just, I've got 8, I think, in my garden, and it's perfect. It works really good. It's not too much shade for the plants. It works great. So we kind of measured, and if we take that little section out of this bed.
Yeah, shorten this bed.
Yep. Shorten that up. We'll have room for a columnar tree here, and then another bed that will go to the end of the run or the coop.
Right.
It'll just make it look a little bit more, you know, planned, a little, I wouldn't say formal, but it'll look a little bit more uniform, I guess is the word I'm trying to think of. And then working this way, Mike is going to make raised beds out of, he'll have a wooden frame and then the just regular sheet metal,
Yep.
right? Like a barn metal.
Yep.
For the sides. We've kind of adjusted the measurements to get that 16-foot width here.
Yeah, so this is 16 foot right here.
Yep.
On this chicken run. So it's 16 foot right here.
So the beds are actually going to be 3 feet wide.
Yep.
So starting over here, there's room for a 3-foot wide bed. And then just because of the way the measurements broke down, a 3.5-foot alley.
Yep.
Or a little aisle here in between. 3-foot bed, 3.5-foot aisle, 3-foot bed. You know, the ground's kind of sloping this way as well, so it's just going to be up to Mike. You know, we can put more beds, we can put more fruit trees. We can also do some short rows of raspberry, blackberry, you know, any kind of fruiting shrub.
Right.
Make a patch for some sweet corn or a patch for okra that would be just growing in the ground. It's kind of what you want to do.
Right.
But this is kind of a start.
Right. This is the start of it, and then probably the following year I'm going to duplicate everything on this side. I'll duplicate on the other side.
Yeah.
Now I may go ahead and do the metal beds right here. I may go ahead and do those now on the other side of the pen. Yeah, on the north side. Get that out of the way, but then adding more raised beds on the other side of the chicken coop over there.
So something I like to, and I know we talked about like the manure and the compost seeping into, you know, out of the coop and run area and just into the ground naturally, right? Another like good thing with doing these trees on either side, or really all the way around, honestly, would work. In this case, we've left an alley that a four-wheeler and wagon can maybe be driven down.
So this will be a 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot alley right here. Because this yellow line here is a fence. That's going to end up being a permanent fence. And you can see those stakes is going to be the actual chicken coop. So it'll be a 5 foot alley right here.
So not enough space for trees on the east here.
Yep.
But if we do these beds here, and you figure by the time you get a tomato plant in here, you know, you're talking 4 more feet on top of this, and then the columnar tree like we talked about, and then more plants.
Plenty of shade.
It's going to give a lot of shade, south-facing shade, to this chicken run and chicken coop, which is going to be great for the chickens.
Right.
And then also over here where we talked about putting the rows of fruit trees, the canopy is going to spill over and help with some shade as well.
Right.
So not so much worried about the north because, you know, you don't have to worry about, you're not going to get any shade from anything over there. Maybe put the coop part over there, Mike, I don't know.
Yeah, good, yeah. So tell me real quick again, where do you think you would put the water line if I was to add the water line over here? Because my water is right here at the corner of the fence. I have water. And Jeff was telling me to bring water.
Yeah.
Where do you think it should go?
I mean, you could do 2 things. You could run, well, you do 3 things. You could hook a hose up to that and run it across over here and have it going all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Or before we start doing all this, you could trench a full deep line.
Yeah.
Like 18 inches is the frost line here. I usually go 24 at least. Tie into that and come straight over into a central area. You know, I don't know, maybe here at the corner.
Yeah.
And that way it's super easy access to fill your waters up for your chickens.
Right.
Water anything around here. That's probably what I would do. It might be best to trench down that fence line come to there and then trench over.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you don't have to guess in the future.
Right. Where am I digging?
Guess, well, I think it was kind of diagonal that way,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It went straight down that fence and straight into here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's probably more proper to do it that way. I would probably just shoot straight this way and hope that I don't hit it in the future.
Right.
You know, a spigot right here would be great because, again, this is your chicken run.
Right.
You're going to have, I mean, super easy access to fill waterers, sprinklers. And then what I did at my house, everywhere I knew there was going to be a bed, I actually set my beds on top of the ground. And then I ran 1/2-inch PVC and I just scratched it under the ground, maybe 4 inches.
Right, because you're not using it in the winter, so it's not
Right,
important to go
right.
deep.
I just took a pickaxe and, you know, pickaxed a hole, just scratched it
Right.
enough where I could get it covered. And then maybe have it come out of the ground over here to where it could be hooked up to the spigot if you wanted to do that.
Right.
You could tie right into it underground and have it come and just do like a ball valve,
Right.
a shut off. That might be better too. I don't know. It's kind of however you want to do it. Then we know there's going to be a bed here. We know there's a bed there. We know those beds are there. What I would do is get everything built and set in place, and then do that 1/2-inch PVC underground wherever you come up inside each bed. I usually come up on a corner. So
On the inside or the outside of it?
well, since this is, I do it on the inside.
Inside. Okay.
And I would try to come up right here, just right here, and put a ball valve to shut off. And that way, you can, if you plant tomatoes in here this year and you plant zucchini in here next year, well, they would probably be a similar watering system, but you know, if you planted something that required a different type of watering system, it would be very easy to just change out, whether it be a drip line or just a dripper head or a sprinkler, you know, a small misting head or whatever you needed. That wouldn't be like you have to disconnect it and that's trash. You know, you could most of these little irrigation lines for gardening like this, you're just changing out the head on the fitting, right? And so, you know, you come up out of the ground. If this bed's here, you come up out of the ground here, ball valve, back underground, come up out of the ground, ball valve, and then you could come this way, right? And hit these 3 beds, and that way you don't have hoses laying all over.
Right.
1/2-inch PVC is not that expensive, and honestly, we get a little bit of rain. I mean, this ground's hard as a rock. I mean, hard as a rock right now. We could barely pound these posts in.
Yeah, seriously.
But we get a little bit of rain. This is all going to be soft. It'll be easy with a pickaxe to scratch out where these water lines go. And again, it doesn't have to be very deep because it's not going to be used in the wintertime.
Right. I'm not worried about it freezing.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, eventually you plan on doing more beds this way. You would want to stub out.
Yeah, bring it out and stub it out.
Backside and just cap it off. You know, put a cap on it and mark where it's at. And then as you build more beds, you just keep building.
So what about your orchard at your place? Does it have water sprinklers on it, or do you water it differently?
Well, on one row, that's all I've gotten done. It's just the 1/2-inch black poly line, real thin black plastic. I think that's some over there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this is actually the rubber soaker hose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's maybe a little bit bigger. It looks similar to that.
Yeah.
And then they make fittings.
Just pop right into them?
Right into it.
Yeah,
and
I gotcha.
It's so easy. And I just run it on top of the ground because I have wood chips in my rows. And I run it right on top of the wood chips. And then at every tree, you can punch in a misting head or a dripper head that has, they make 1 gallon an hour, 2 gallon an hour, 5, whatever you want it to be.
Right. Okay.
And I have found that that's the best. And I leave it exposed because it changes. It may change.
And you're not over there all the time walking all over it anyway. Yeah.
No, it's not in the way at all. I'm not
Right.
mowing. Like I said, it's wood chips in a big
Right.
row, and I even did plastic culture. So I laid down, the black plastic, like the agriculture plastic, in a big row, and wood chips on top, and I just mow in between my rows. I don't
Right.
mow
Okay.
around the trees, or so that line just sets right on top. It's not in the way at all. Yep, this is gonna be good. Looks good.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready to get started.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically we kind of did get started. Okay, so Jeff is going to help me a little bit more here. My phone keeps giving me the old temperature too hot thing reading, so I got to stop recording or it stops on its own. And then I have to take it in the house and let it cool off and stuff. But he's also going to draw out some plans at home possibly for me if he has time. Kind of give me some more ideas and kind of things that he would make sure that if he had it to all do over again, this is things that he would do. Because he's the pro.
Yeah.
He's the professional, not me.
Don't say that.
But you have plenty of experience. You really do. So he's got great ideas, and I'm going to go buy them. So Jeff is incredible. I think y'all just saw by that video that he really knows his stuff. He's got a lot of really good ideas, and that was just scratching the surface on that. I got a lot more video than what y'all just saw, but you can it's just endless, the information he has and the ideas he has out here. Things will probably change here and there, as we move along with this process, but we got the foundation part started. We got the coop is, for me, the thing I want to get in first, because I really want the coop idea. I really like the coop idea. I really want to put a coop over here. I can feed these laying hens. These are all going to be laying hens. They're all going to be, most likely my leghorns will be over here. And they'll be in the pen. They won't be free ranged. They'll get plenty of scraps, plenty of garden goods, plenty of fruits. They'll get all that they want. Plus they'll get their regular grain feed that I would feed them anyway. So the chickens over here are going to be very, very happy. Now in the wintertime, I'll probably let them free range over here. I mean, I can let them, if nothing's growing, they can come clean up some stuff and scratch through some stuff. So they'll have a job over here as well. So let me turn you around real quick and show you the ideas. So Jeff pretty much explained it all on the video, but y'all can I'll walk you around and kind of show you up close. So these 4 T-posts, this one, the closest one here, that one there, and this one. Right now it's set up as a 20 by 16. I do believe I'm going to change that to just a 16 by 16 because I'm going to use cattle panels to fence this. And the cattle panels are 16 feet long. And then on the outside of the cattle panels will be chicken wire as well. So nothing's going to be able to get through there other than possibly a snake. But what's going to be over here is laying hens. They're going to be too big for a snake. Now the snake may come in and steal a few eggs here and there, but we'll take care of that. So this most likely will be converted to a 16 by 16, and this is my 20 right here. So that's 20 feet. I'll change that to 16. The 5-foot walkway that we were talking about is right here, and that's just so I can have access with a 4-wheeler, a golf cart, some kind of wheelbarrow that will get me through here from one side to another. So, and plus I'm thinking I may end up putting a gate right here on this side. Not sure 100% yet. Don't know if I'd want a gate here. I'm really gonna have to think about where to put a gate on this permanent fence. This will be a permanent goat fence right here because my goats are gonna be on the other side of this fence eventually. They're gonna get a lot of scraps as well. So anyway, this is the walkway or driveway, however you wanna call it. And of course I've got nothing set up over here yet, but this is all gonna be duplicated. So my idea is what I put over here, I put over here. So it's going to look uniform. I'm going to double my space. All the garden beds here that I'm building will be 12 foot long right here. That's what these step-in posts represent, 12 feet. That's a 12-foot span for a raised bed. It'll be 3 foot wide. That's what the orange represents, 3 foot, then 3.5 foot walkway. These raised beds here, I'm building myself for now. And I've already built most of it. If you guys watch Roots and Refuge, Jeremiah built some garden beds. That's exactly what I'm building, is what he's presented. He's got a video out on that, and I've already got the materials and built most of it. I haven't cut down my sheet metal. I have a bunch of sheet metal over here in the woods that's hidden from you guys. That's my dirty section of the farm. That's where a lot of scraps are put. Y'all might be able to see that white stuff over there. But that's the old tin from my house build. So I'm gonna use that, utilize that while I got it. It's free, I've already paid for it. But that's what will go right here, 3 of them. And then eventually there'll be 3 going on that side. They'll run this direction, and then I plan on putting another one right here running this direction. And it'll actually be 16 feet. It'll go right off of these. So like I said, I do have a lot of ideas. Jeff's got a lot of ideas. We're gonna brainstorm, put this all together, and you guys are gonna get to watch us build it all. Jeff's already volunteered to come out and help, so he's gonna do a little bit of the build process himself. You guys are gonna get to know Jeff through my channel, so make sure you go and watch him on his channel. He just started his YouTube channel, so go over there and support him. He's a really, really good guy. I think you guys will really like him. He's gonna do a great job on YouTube. You guys will see in a couple of years, he's gonna blow up. He's gonna be a big channel, I bet. But other than that, what we got going on the farm is we just deeded over 2 acres, right up here by the tiny houses. We deeded over 2 acres to Brendan and Rosa. So they have 2 acres up there now. They're getting ready to start their barn house build. So Brendan's building a shop house just like us. Probably a totally different floor plan, I'm sure, but I think he's doing 60 by 40. I'm gonna video a lot of that process, bring you guys along with a lot of that and let you check it out. Of course, Brendan has his own channel, Hacienda Fowler. He has not posted a video on it in a while. He's just been too busy here lately. He got a job welding. He's doing some welding work. He's learning a lot. And so when he gets home, he just doesn't have a whole lot of time right now for him to focus on videos because he's focusing on his family. His wife's pregnant. So he's just got a lot going on. I'm trying to talk him into posting at least like a 6-minute video. Not much, you know, just shorten the videos for now so that people, you know, still stay interested in your channel. But right now he's opting out of the videos right now, but I think I'll get him back into it eventually. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm pretty sure you did. A lot of knowledge was given in this video by Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, appreciate it. And Tanya really thanks you. She loved talking with you yesterday. We got to talk with Jeff, you know, before we even came out here. We talked to Jeff for about an hour. A lot of like-minded people here, so we really like that. All right, y'all, we'll see you in the next video. Remember, do the good.